Now, France's first socialist president in 17 years was sworn into office overnight. Francois Hollande began his term with a trip to Berlin to challenge the German chancellor and her tough austerity policies.
To explain what it means for the future of the European Union and us here in Australia, we're joined by Neville Norman, Associate Professor of Economics at Melbourne University. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, the two leaders met, they came out, and one of the first things they said they discussed was Greece.
Indeed. Well, it's a big item, and we followed the campaign of Monsieur Hollande, and he really wants to keep the euro together. That's the first thing, but he really says he's against the austerity measures, and that's his campaign. Angela Merkel's got the opposite view. This is leading closer and closer to the point where Greece will be severed, and there's a lot of Greeks want that, including perhaps some in Australia who've shifted their money out, and they want to see a new drachma, or whatever it's going to be called, and they'll go in and they'll make a lot of money. There's more in Greece at the moment who want to keep it in, but they're not prepared to do the austerity thing. So this is going to end at crisis at some point, and the rebound will be on us and maybe on the other little bushfires that are in Europe, because if Greece goes, the question will be, will it be Italy, will it be Spain next? So we've got a decade of this problem, and it's going to rebound.
How convulsed will certainly European financial markets be if and when Greece does make an exit, orderly or otherwise, from the euro?
Not as much as you might think, because many have built it in, Michael. This is the thing. Some of these events, I mean, it's not going to be a secret. The probability that Greece will go has been increased. I used to think it was the right solution. Now I think that there'll be a few years after it happens. So it's critical, this meeting that's happening in Berlin, because they really want to try and keep it together, but they've been elected on different mandates. It's important to know that there's another 13 months before Chancellor Merkel has to go to the polls. So she's going to be there for that time, and that's a long time in resolving this issue.
So who's going to give ground? Is it going to be Francois Hollande, or is it going to be Angela Merkel? Or are they going to be able to find some sort of common ground?
In terms of economic and political clout within the euro, Germany is 3 times stronger than France, but the two of them are 10 times stronger than everything else. So my money would be on Angela Merkel, and for the sake of short-term stability, I think she'll prevail. But it's not going to solve anything. And meantime, the next Greek election is going to put more wood on the fire, and the question is, can they keep the petrol coming from this? And I doubt that this will easily be resolved. What it really means for us is that every day news media like this is coming into living rooms, increasing the uncertainty, and it will mean, it's one of the many reasons why my own view about the Australian economy is a lot more sluggish than the Reserve Bank, which is a lot more sluggish than the Treasury. So this has implications for us.
We also talking about the financial system here. There are a lot of very nervous German and French bankers at the moment, given what may happen to Greece. Could Australian banks be caught up in any massive defaults on loans and credit?
We don't have full information. I've tried to check that out. A lot less than they were. Our banks have actually done very well. They're relatively immune, but in the finance markets there's wholesale secondary links where they're going to be. No one's immune from this, but the essence of it is that we've done, I think, particularly well on the finance side, but it's business investment decisions and consumer confidence that are being bruised and will continue to be for a long time.
Neville Norman, thank you.
Pleasure.